Welcome back to the workshop. I've got a surprise today, but a welcome one to be sure, because my new San Martin GMT, fresh from the June sale, arrived on Friday. And there have been many questions surrounding this watch. Today is going to be very much first impressions, as I really have not had the chance to put this through its paces yet. On the tail of that is some breaking news from San Martin in that they are no longer providing custom dial options below an order of 20 watches. And I kind of understand this. They don't want Joe's Plumbing printed on the dial. But I do have mixed feelings because I have one of the cursive logos and I was looking at another one online. And I don't like that logo. I wanted to put something else on it. They were willing to print the San Martin there, but I was like, I don't want to pay you to put your own name on the dial. So I was going to come up with something. So I do miss that option. I'll throw that press release up first. Effective June 26, 2023, the logo customization service for individual clients will officially cease. OEM services will remain open with a minimum order requirement of 20 watches. We are pleased to have crafted numerous personalized dials for our clients since San Martin's establishment. The company is currently undergoing a business adjustment and will be focusing on designing original watches in the future. So it's nice seeing such a direct statement, though I'm definitely sad to lose the customization option. The interesting part there for me is the bit about focusing on original designs, so I really hope that pans out. And here's that Instagram post again showing new upcoming colorways for the current watch, so definitely expect more choices going forward. But no doubt, cost will rise accordingly. Here is the base sale price, which was about $225 US, versus the current one, which is $295. On a quick note, I am amazed how far San Martin has come. I do try and keep packaging talk to a minimum here, but this new zippered pouch box thing, it's really nice. It's better than most micro brands and more useful. So you combine that with like the cheap outer box packaging. That's the formula that most luxury brands use. You can tell that even the tools and the little dog tag, that's like now an afterthought. So you combine that with real creativity of design, as well as real engineering. That's the push button on the fly clasp there. So despite all of my complaints, we are cynical watch reviews after all. The brand is doing everything right. A couple years back, I helped a buddy mod a Seiko 5, and he gave my San Martin Explorer, let's just call it some good-natured side-eye. But fast forward to today, and now he's WhatsApping me new releases from the brand that I haven't even seen yet. So I'm just saying we are definitely approaching the mainstream, and let's just see where this brand is headed. See if it's worth the premium, and we will address some legitimate criticisms about this particular watch. And we have three major components to cover here: the case, the dial and bezel combination, and the beads of rice bracelet, along with the clasp. This brand is well known for its finishing, and this is no exception. In fact, this is probably on the high end of that. Also notice these drilled lugs. That makes strap changes really convenient. But my favorite part is this polished chamfer that we get between the brush surfaces. It really helps break up those surfaces, and it also matches the beads of rice bracelet really nicely. You'll notice that we have a plain screw down solid case back, along with a signed crown. So you can kind of tell that San Martin has some plans for this case moving forwards. In terms of dimensions, the diameter is exactly 39 millimeters with no bezel overhang, and the lug-to-lug is that stated 46.5 millimeters. So it might appear a little bit longer, but that's because of these really nice thin angular lugs. We do have a thickness of 12.5 millimeters. This is a NH movement at the end of the day, but that does include a nice bubble sapphire crystal just to match that vintage vibe. The case sides themselves are actually quite thin, just really nicely proportioned against the case back and the bezel there. Finally, these are 20 millimeter lugs, so great for a standard strap, but this bracelet, it tapers all the way down to 16 millimeters, and that just really makes this an overall really comfortable package. But before we move on, I have to reiterate how nice the brushing is on all of these surfaces. And what's especially beautiful is just this lug-to-lug polished chamfered edge. Really, I've not seen anything like it in a Chinese watch. This is a 24-clip bidirectional bezel. That's really ideal if you're traveling or calling different time zones. And even though this is my first bidirectional bezel, the action feels excellent here. The insert is also ceramic, so nice and durable, and the stated water resistance is 100 meters. Notice it also has a screw down crown, so just again, good for travel. And if you remember, the NH34 actually reuses the day function as the GMT. So if we twist up on the crown, you'll see the jumping GMT hand. And what I really like about this watch is the 6 o'clock custom date window, which is also in that matching light blue. You can see that. We'll swap that. And obviously, being an NH34, this watch does have hacking. So, no watch is perfect. One poster criticized the number and choice of colors on this one, and frankly, I have to tend to agree. The dark blue of the bezel, it calls to mind something serious, while the light blue just screams the surfer aesthetic. I absolutely love the orange seconds hand, and I think that color just really matches the light blue. I think we could have done with just a orange GMT hand and GMT text, and then we get a silver seconds hand and you can loom that. At first, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this parchment colored seconds track, but I'm really happy to say that it actually really accentuates the orange and the dial color really nicely, as well as sort of containing all of the different components of the dial. So that includes the applied logo here and some really nicely polished baton markers. And one more time, there's the bezel action. Very tight, very nice. Can't complain. Speaking of excellent tolerances, check out the fit between the lugs and the bracelet here. These center links are called beads of rice, and the brand classifies this as a 7-link bracelet. That kind of fits into their scheme where the 3-link and 5-link are the generic terms for the cough cough oyster and jubilee. Look, I understand if beads of rice are not your thing, I get it, but this is the best damn one I've seen in years, and possibly ever. And it is a truly upcoming brand. So not all of us got to live the 70s after all. By the way, they charge $60 alone for this easy adjust clasp. And the dead giveaway are these little screws that you see on the side of the clasp. The on-the-fly adjustable clasp, that deserves some extra attention because I really am a keep it simple, stupid kind of guy. And I thought this would be unnecessary, just overhyped, overkill, that kind of thing. But it is so useful to be able to just size the watch when it's on your wrist already. And I was worried that the action would be a little too stiff or too loose, but it actually just hits that Goldilocks zone. One caveat, though, is that this mechanism, it takes up a lot of real estate in the clasp itself. So while this is the size of a 6-hole San Martin clasp, you're really getting the range of a 3-hole. Nevertheless, I am very happy to be proven wrong this time, and this will definitely be a favorite of the community going forward. Final thoughts, because I neglected to even tell you the model number here. So this is the SN0116 from San Martin. Let's, I already fixed the bezel, but it's super impressive. And I have to say, I love this orange second hand against the backdrop of that ocean blue dial. Doesn't that even just sound nice to say? And the fact that we have a matching 6 o'clock gate position, I just expect that we're going to see more in this color in the future. And I already count 2 watches there, so I'm excited to see what comes next. That being said, it's truly the case and the bracelet that are unique for me. I kind of think we're going to see more in this 1970s Caribbean style from San Martin in the future. Just a hunch. Anyhow, thanks again for watching, and I hope to catch you next time.